Of course, I had to pick the gloomiest and windiest day of the week to film this video. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Alex and this is my channel Frank Fiction, where I talk about pretty much anything I want related to books and the book publishing industry. Today's topic comes from my boyfriend, who sent me this while we were having one of our weekly coffee shop dates, so thank you, Keaton, because without you, I honestly don't think I would have heard about this. Roald Dahl. You know him even if you haven't heard his name before. His famous works include Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Matilda, and my personal childhood favorite, James and the Giant Peach. A huge controversy was sparked late last month when UK's Puffin Books decided to release edited versions of Dahl's works to remove potentially offensive language like crazy, fat, and mad, to name a few. Some references relating to gender and race were also altered. This rewriting of character descriptions caused backlash from both sides of the political spectrum, with some saying that it was an affront to freedom of speech and others saying that it was censorship gone too far. Now, this was not a universal change. Publishers like Penguin Young Readers made a statement that they had no intention of changing the US editions to the books. The Dutch publisher De Font and French publisher Gallimard also made statements that they had no intentions to change the editions, at least not for right now. To give you an idea of a passage that was changed, it was reported in The Guardian that for the book Witches, a supernatural female posing as an ordinary woman may be working as a top scientist or running a business instead of as a cashier in a supermarket or typing letters for a businessman. Well, yeah, there are still female cashiers and executive assistants, and those are no less valid of careers than being a scientist or an entrepreneur. And I get what they were trying to do. I also think that it is really important to teach young girls that they can be anything that they want. They can be doctors, lawyers, scientists, entrepreneurs, but the way to teach that to them is not by pointing at other careers and invalidating them and saying, oh, but not those. That doesn't shatter the glass ceiling enough. We need to aim higher. And the fact that those were the edits that they were so intent and focused on, I think completely misses the point. What we should be teaching kids isn't what title they're gonna have when they're older, it's about the way that they should treat people, because your title can change, but manners are forever. And I understand on one hand why Puffin may feel that creating a new edition was a good idea if they are concerned that an educator or a parent may blame them if a child were to read one of their books and then learn how to insult another child. A perfect example of this would be Augustus Gloop from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, who is described as being enormously fat. They don't want to teach kids to call someone fat, ugly, or stupid. But here's the thing. I think that these changes stem less from the publisher believing that the books are objectively offensive so much as it is from a sense of self-preservation. This defensive response is a little bit of an overreaction because, at least from my experience when I was growing up, the kids who are willing to look at you in your face and call you fat, ugly, or stupid were not readers. They learned those insults from older kids, from video games, from TV shows, from movies, from their parents, literally anywhere else but books. On the contrary, there are studies that show that readers are typically more empathetic than non-readers because they learn to look at things from the perspectives of other people. Oh, I try to do drink from Starbucks, so this is... Oh, I don't like it. I really don't think that a child reading the word idiot in a Roald Dahl book is going to change their perspective on whether that word is or isn't okay to call someone. It's really up to parents to teach their children empathy. That is not left up to publishers. Publishers do not get to decide what is and isn't okay for people to read. And if you want proof that Puffin did this in their own self-interest, after they ended up making this statement that they were going to release these new edited editions and all this backlash came their way, they then came out and said, oh, but we're going to keep selling the old editions too. Why would you keep selling the old editions if you objectively thought that they were offensive? The answer is you wouldn't. They just weren't being sincere. Really what they were doing was pandering and covering their own ass. Word of advice. If you're gonna do or say something controversial, stick to your guns, because if you really cow that easily, your heart wasn't in it. And here's the crazy part. You would think after seeing the backlash that Puffin got, that publishers would get in their mind like, okay, people do not want edited versions of these children's books. And then Keaton sent me another article that R.L. Stine of Goosebumps fame is also going through and making edits to his own books in order to take out potentially offensive language to create new editions. I didn't read the Goosebumps books when I was growing up, but did you guys consider them offensive? I didn't think that they were. Didn't they turn them into TV shows? Anyway, this has been my 2 cents, so if you liked the video, please subscribe and comment down below. I would love to hear from all of you, and as always, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day or evening, that you all stay safe out there, and I'll see you next time.